What's going on, y'all? It's J Small Reviews here, back at it again with another video. As promised, I am bringing you guys the Murda Mook versus New Jersey Twork, more detailed bar for bar breakdown, god tier matchup that lives up to the hype. Isn't that fantastic? No secret here, this is a really, really good battle in my opinion. Clear battle of the night and battle of the weekend for me. A lot of different things to talk about. Maybe who was more direct. I think that's kind of been something that might be a little misconstrued. A lot of talk about substance, but great performance from both. And without further ado, let's just start in the first round. So first round, starting on Murda Mook, and I could say this is easily Mook's weakest round of the battle, and it has its okay moments though. He starts out with the opener about his mom's being in the, Twork's mom's being in the church, leads into a John Q bar, which was like, it was okay. You know, there was the, when did I make the vow to my gun at the altercation. I thought that was pretty clever. And then he gets into a bit of a prolonged dry spot here. And early on in the battle, it's kind of funny because Mook does something wrong that he goes on to do right in a lot of the battle. And I feel like it's these prolonged dry spots of OBC or outdated material. The Uber bar that he had, go as far as you go, you got to pay. The colostomy bar he had the Rhyme pocket where he said, shoot him with 230s, Twork gonna need a New Jersey, which is just like very basic use of the wordplay and name flipping. And that's just like, it's those moments that get the people that really don't like Mook's style to really not like Mook's performance. Like, it's a dry spot just like that automatically people like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the motion a lot of people are going to make. But from there, he gets into the NY, big scheme, the you're going to take a big L. Ironically, that's a big pun. The alliteration pocket, which I thought was, he rapped really, really fast. There was alliteration, and there is skill in that rapping ability. I don't think it was, like, the craziest, though. The crowd, you know, freaked out, but I didn't think it was that wild. He had the dry spot with the Cardi B and MJ bars, the Michael Jackson bars. So he had a couple, like, in this round, there's definitely is the biggest round that has, like, the most just, like, Mook outdated material. Like, if that's the critique that you have of him, like I've had before, this is the round that's going to get to you. The one of y'all, I'd rather be a one of one. I like that. And then the why you got to bounce when the bullets already bounce around the body. So Mook's first is cool. Like, there's moments in here, but there's also like the standard Mook lows, right? And then you get into Twork's first, and Twork's first is a lot. I'm really just going to spend most of the time here just firing off bars for a second. You created this culture. What you want? A Cookie Murda, Young Dolph, crazy. The Michael Myers, I never needed to chase Murda. These bitches tripping over nothing. G Baby, that'll be the last time you ever swing. The Statue of Liberty hit the ground like Wendy Williams. That was crazy. Goddamn, man, the uncle, by the time they find your uncle Murda, he done been wrapped up a whole year. Haymaker. The Shine, they see what happened to Shine and wanna and forget, like, Men in Black. Twork was bombing. It's haymakers the entire first round, probably the round of the night, up there with Suge's first. But you gonna die and go upstairs with a party next door. That was like the Drake party next door shit. Rest in peace, Party Artie. That was crazy. Then he gets into the angle, kind of like this sports comparison about Mook, you know what I'm saying, going to college for basketball, and then Twork, you know what I'm saying, apparently playing football when he was younger. He left M wide and chose hoops like the flavor of love. The football section, I got cut from wide receiver. I couldn't get away from the corner. The Virgin Mary to a Virgin Mobile, and then probably the best bar. Like I said, I just got to name all the bars. If I went to prep school, I never would have choked. You're getting directness. You're getting a little bit of angling, even like kind of life comparison in a way, right? You're getting just the elevated writing, haymakers, and the in-between witty writing. I can't overstate how great Twork's first is. And against a decent Mook first, Twork bodies the first round very, very clearly and set like a crazy tone to start the battle. From there, you get into the second round of the battle where there's a lot of conversation here for many, even though, you know, we'll talk about the third when we get there, but this is what the battle's going to come down to. And if we start out with Mook, the consequences when you forget shit bar, his little opener on that, I thought that bar was cold. The sound of what sound it would make, the sound of chopped chicken at the halal truck, you know, playing in New York a little bit, but I kind of like the imagery that he was painting. My class special, that's why there was only a few of us in it. Now, this was a good bar. It was a great bar when Twork said it to Hollow earlier this year. But it's hard to count it. I'm never gonna call something a straight up 10-4 because I don't believe ever like a Murda Mook would do that, but it is funny as hell that he was front and center for the Hollow battle and then went and used that bar. So but then from there he gets into the mind y'all always in business. That's not y'all business. Mind y'all business. Y'all wanting to know what I'm getting is what I'm not getting. I love that. I love that whole pocket. And from there, I feel like that's where Mook's second takes off. I'm a made man. You just made man. I thought that was crazy. The whole kind of like little angle section he had there about smack pushing talent. You say I won't listen. Now everything from the neck down won't listen to you either. Haymaker. That was crazy. Detectives can't sketch. I'm a quick draw. That was stupid. That like back to back, he's able to get in this explosive punchline bag and still incorporating, you know what I'm saying, the rhyme pockets and still incorporating the angling. I think that's in the second, we'll talk about in the third, but especially in the second, that's what we want from Murda Mook. He's not getting away from his rhyme pockets. You get that whole business section. That's him staying true to his style. And you never want to see anything like that go away. But then to add in just the couple quick bombs for you know what I'm saying. That's how you build like a complete all-around round. I really like Mook second at this point. The double cross Chris Paul bar, I thought that was cool. The Clifford bar, your dog had known like Clifford. I thought that was, you know what I'm saying, that was okay. And then obviously at the end of the round, he has a very pause-worthy bar. The no hard fit, I'll shoot him, you know what I'm saying, in the balls and then post. It's no hard feelings. Why'd you say that? Don't say that. You could have just not wrote it. You know what I'm saying? But even though he ends the second on some very strange, you know what I'm saying, stuff, I thought overall Mook had a really, really good second. And then you get into Twork second, and you know, for just to worry people a little bit, I thought Twork second the first couple bars was a little The BM rebuttal, I didn't think it hit like that. The quarter-pointed lawyer joint. Eating off a dying hippo. He went down all the bad bars. He said he's the only one eating off a dying hippo. Like a fucking vulture, which I think it would have been better if it wasn't for the fact that Big K has a much better vulture bar. You know what I'm saying? Like earlier in the year, kind of on the same topic. But from there, the 3 dots, I'm 3 lines over a dot like a Wi-Fi signal. That was hard. You ain't make they get anything they could have paid you. They could have paid Hitman for hire. I thought that was dope. They calling you Mount Rushmore. Now you looking at a stone-faced killer. Because I heard people say like, oh, the first half of Twork second is dry or whatever. Listen, it's a couple bars. And I know like just to like down the round, you'll say the whole first half. But it's not. That's great material. The Blockbuster bar I thought was dope. The Catholic school slack and the bitches getting killed. I thought that was cool. But it's really this last run of Twork second that I feel like personally gives him the round. The Dave and Busta haymaker, zigzag through the dots, look like I'm unlocking an Android. That's when the 2-0 chant goes. Then he's able to get into the metal in the, I know dudes with metal in the boot too, and they still toed. The naked and afraid bar, the science scheme was off the fucking wall. Science scheme was great. The DVD era, and you can't use alcohol to fix it. All Busta did to him was pass the Cavassier. To me, as good as Mook second is, Twork once again is able to is really masterful first 2 rounds. And I feel like for after the 2-0 chant, you have debatably your best bar with the DVD era bar, the Busta past the Cavassier, and he's more tailored than Mook. He's much more direct. So for me, even though Mook turned up, it was Twork 2-0 clear after 2 rounds. So by this point, yes, I did have Twork winning the battle, but I like Mook's performance. And you know, there's people out there mostly going to be Mook fans because I just believe it's tough when your favorite battle rapper has a great round and still probably loses the round clear. You know what I'm saying? So although I do have a 2-0 clear, I don't have as much critique for Mook, and he continues to be great in this third. I thought he opened with a little bit of a dry spot into the Twork casserole bar, but from there he is the neat in the field like Kaepernick. Thought that was cool. Arms at the body, straight jacket. I like that. Baby ain't out, but it's with it. But it's with me like an embryo. I thought that was dope. The Urkel joint was dope, but I really like the embryo bar. And then from there, that's the only way y'all will raise the Murda rate. The bundles we made, we know how much we got paid from which one of the songs played. I like that. Got into a little bit of that money talk right there, that drug talk too. The grandma taught us how you think we got learned about guns. Grandma taught us the switch. Talk about you try to rob my grandma. Kind of plays off, you know what I'm saying, the Twork purse snatching angle. And then, funny enough, he has this weird little section where he's like, when we beat you up, they gonna feel bad for us because they gonna say what made them do that to him. I don't know what the hell that was, Mook. I don't know what battle rap CTE little section that was. But overall, you know what I'm saying, besides a little bit of the funniness there's always going to be a funny Mook concept. I really like Mook's third. I thought it's probably a little bit worse than the second, but it's good. And as Twork goes in the third, he is the Eddie Murphy, you know what I'm saying, the little people inside my head opener. I thought it was okay. Murda on the beat. Doctor's going to say it's not Murda on the beat, so it's not nice. Thought that was cool. The DVD sends you back to the DVD era. They're going to have you hooked up with red, yellow, and white cords. You don't know the old DVD player, you know what I'm saying? I thought that was clever, but for the most part, it's clever this round. And Twork, I didn't mention, he had some light, very slipped up on word stumbles in the second, right? Like, in the first, I thought he was pretty much clean. The second, there's a little bit, but the third, dog, Twork is stumbling all throughout this third round. And I really can't, I got to see some people trying to call it Twork dirty. And for me, then he stumbles kind of so crazy. He then gets into the Briz. He plays it off like it's because Mook's talking, but he gets into this moment, redoes, you know what I'm saying, the woo moment from Mook at Homecoming 1, and then pulls out Briz, and the crowd loves it. Obviously, Mook immediately talks crazy. I punch this man in the face. Why are you bringing out victims? He's just going to run again. And because of this event, because of a moment like Rex versus Chess, I am really against talking through rounds. But it was pretty good defense, because I ain't gonna lie, I don't know why pulling Briz out is gonna affect Mook. I don't really get, seeing Briz, obviously crowd pop, I get that, but I don't think it's any type of attack at him. I don't think Mook was the one whose stock was lost in that situation. So it was a cool moment, but in terms of actually hitting, I don't know how much I really believed in it. My homie was locked up for cocaine. They tried to put him under the building, and he was just a seller. That was cool. Went to the hospital, didn't even get to eat, but I took a to-go plate. Probably the best bar of his third. Obviously, Twork with the metal plate in his head. God bless, he survived that car crash. And then the basketball trip, Shaq'd in a fool. It's a cool third, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely a large dip in my opinion from the other two. I wouldn't say it's a bad round, but for me, there's no debate in this third. I see people trying to say it could be Twork 30, you could give Mook the third. There's no could give Mook the third. Mook clearly won the third round of this battle. And this is someone that does have it, obviously by this score, Twork 2-1, winning the first two rounds. But for me, the third is similar to the first, where it is undebatable who the victor was. And that is my full thoughts on Mook versus Twork. So I did have Mook clearly winning the third round of this battle. He had a fire second, but even with a fire second, I thought Twork's first and second were truly masterful. What's expected of you in this moment from him. And I had him comfortably winning the first two rounds of this battle. But to me, it is an extremely fire battle. It is probably the best in the modern era, the best back and forth, just good replay value battle that Mook has. And I believe, because I've heard, obviously watching a lot of interviews, being a fan of the sport, a student of the game, I've seen Mook talk a lot about, having replay value. Obviously, he puts a lot of respect on you. People could debate, is he the pen he thinks he is? But that's things that he values in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? The old classic battles, rewatchability. And I think that he definitely has one here with that. So I think in that sense, it's mission accomplished. And even with having him losing, you see, I make fun of the first round a little bit because Mook's going to have his moments. There's a couple air balls here and there, like there is with the style of a Hollow Denon. Hell, Ill Will is known for air balls. But if you have that, but still have this material, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I thought Mook was really great. I just thought Twork was better and rose to the occasion. It's going to be a stock riser for both. I think it very positively affects both of them. Obviously, Twork is a huge name in the Cody race right now. So, as one of probably the heavy front runners, a great battle with Murda Mook in New York, a great win in my opinion, is definitely never going to hurt you. And the fact that he got 2-0 chance versus Murda Mook in New York, I don't want to hear nothing about bias. this and that. I'm not saying just because that happened, that's the 100% reason that I chose it. I gave you my reasons here in the video, but it just goes to play into the moment, and it shows really how great Twork's been in 2023. But you guys let me know your opinions down below. When it comes to battles of this magnitude that's this good, there's debates forever. There's going to be people that call me fucking crazy for not giving Mook the second. I don't mind it. So please give me your arguments down below on who you think won the battle, man. But it's been Jay Smo Reviews again, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to catch you on the next one, man. Peace.